Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. All right. Test 1 2. 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 Test. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
Like that blue thing while we were at safety? Probably.
In front of here. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're good.
Welcome to the Missouri Day Parade coverage on KTTN. Again, this broadcast being made possible and video by PDQ Cleaning Services. And as we have had some of the entries come on by our broadcast location at near 9th and Main downtown, recognition has been extended out toward the Trenton Police Department, the National Guard, carrying the U.S. flag. The Trenton High School Band will be participating. Of course, recognition to the Grand Marshals representing North Central Missouri College, representing the Trenton School District, and Fort Grundy R5 School Districts. I'm John Anthony, and thank you for joining us this morning for the Missouri Day Festival Parade coverage.
And good morning. I'm Randall Mann along with John Anthony here at the corner of 9th and Main. We're going to be bringing you the broadcast live not only on KTTN FM 92.3, but live on our webcast. You can either go to kttn.com. You'll see the first story will begin up at the top, says watch the parade live. You can click in there, or you can go to youtube.com. Search for KTTN Radio. You'll see us right at the top of the page, and you'll be able to click on that and watch the live webcast. Providing video this morning, compliments of PDQ Cleaning. The video is in high definition, 60 frames per second, so we ought to have a real good video session.
And we have a windy morning, but it's warm and dry.
Yeah, considering past days we've been up here at the Missouri Day Parade, we have noticed we've had rainy mornings, we've had cold, rainy mornings. This is one of the few days that I can remember in the past where it's actually sunshiny and warm out this morning.
Large crowd is gathered, at least at our viewing location near 9th and Main downtown. We will be doing somewhat battle with the wind that may be affecting some of the audio that you hear. We're unable to control the wind other than having windscreens on our headphone mics.
Looks like the Golden Bulldog Marching Band is coming around the corner, John.
And that'll be directed by Tim Gillum, band instructor for a number of years, with more than 70 members of the marching band. And, of course, Trenton is proud to host the host band of the Marching Band Festival. And we'll have, perhaps this is the first of 31 bands that will be marching here in the parade.
I think they have 74 entries as far as floats, and that doesn't count the bands that are entered today.
Correct. Let's give them a listen to the Trenton Golden Bulldog Marching Band. Thank you, Trenton High School Marching Golden Bulldog Band, for leading the parade today. And then next up, we will have on the parade route recognition of the Trenton High School homecoming queen, Jaden Roeder. Congratulations to Jaden, accompanied by the king there at homecoming. So good job. Thank you very much. And a pretty nice convertible there. Now we have another band that will be coming into our viewing location, and this in Class 1 is first of 9 bands that are going to be taking part in the parade. And this one to represent the Marching Mustangs of Lynn County R1 High School at Purdon, Missouri, under the direction of Jamie Finney. And again, this is Class 1. There'll be 9 bands here. There'll be 11 in Class 2. 4 in Class 3, 4 in Class 4, 2 in Class 5. And again, this is Lynn County out of Purdon in their red and black attire. Thank you for being here today. Next up, we're going to have the law enforcement, one of their entries, and this is representing the Grundy County Sheriff's Department, Rodney Herring, Sheriff. Following the pickup truck will be another high school band, and they're out of Meadville High School. Purple and white Meadville Marching Eagles under the direction of Shelby Rogers. They're in the process of making the corner at 9th and Main, where the corner judge is. By the way, the music judge is on Main Street at North Central Missouri College. Block judge on the used car lot on 9th Street of Trenton. Thank you, Marching Eagles of Meadville High School, for being here today. Grundy County Emergency Services was coming with their van. Always appreciate seeing the first responders in a parade. And again, Grundy County EMS is represented with this entry. Small break in our festival parade. We'll recognize PDQ Cleaning as our parade coverage sponsor, the corporate sponsor for this today, not only audio and video, but individually, sponsors include GFG Ag Services, Moore's Home Center, Knapp's Exhaust, T&L Auto CarQuest, Lockridge and Constant LLC, the BTC Bank, Anderson Auto Body. Some others are North Central Missouri Mental Health Center, Honey Creek Veterinary Clinic, Klingensmith's Home Center, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, People's Co-op and Mr. Tire, the Auto Shop, ServLink Home Care, Wright Memorial Hospital of Trenton, Hy-Vee Food Store Trenton, and the Trenton Area Chamber of Commerce. Kathy Smith of the Trenton Downtown Improvement Association has provided information about these red, white, and blue banners that are hanging from street lights along the Main Street Parade route. Banners were made and donated by Debbie Kinnison, owner-operator of Lucky Dog Embroidery. Debbie made the banners about 5 years ago, has mended and replenished them for the Missouri Day event each year, certainly adding a festive, patriotic look to our downtown area. Someone has to put them up, so thanks to TMU's Mark Newton and crew for putting them up, taking down the banners this year. And of course, they alternate, TMU and Sudden Link, with the opportunity to take up and put and then take down the banners for our Missouri Day celebration. So thank you, TMU and Sudden Link.
And coming around the corner here, John, we have the Adair County R2 Marching Band from Brashear, all decked out in red, white, and black.
And they're under the direction of Jeff Wick as they make the corner at 9th and Main.
Behind them, we have the Trenton Fire Department and their big rescue engine.
Let's give a listen to the band from Brashear.
Here comes the Trenton Fire Department and their big rescue engine. And behind them, decked out in orange, white, and black, is the Concordia High School Marching Orioles.
Made a long trip today, didn't they, Randall?
They sure did. And a lot of these bands are making trips from all over the state to be here today, not only for the Missouri Day Parade, but they'll be out at C.F. Russell Stadium a little later today performing in the marching band competition, which is always a big event for kids all around the state here at Missouri Day Festival.
And they have auxiliary competition at the high school. Marching Orioles under the direction of Cole Schlazelman, and they're from Concordia in Class 1. Thank you, Concordia, for being here.
Looks like we have a lot of tractors, old antique tractors coming around the corner. You got to watch out for these guys. They like to cut didos on those tractors out here in the street.
You're listening to the Missouri Day Festival Parade coverage on KTTN FM, Trenton, Missouri.
And live on our YouTube channel at either KTTN.com. You can see the parade right there at the top of the story where it says watch the parade live, or you can go to our YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and search for KTTN FM radio, and you'll see it right there at the top of the page.
I have the write-up. This is the Grand River Cub Club.
The Cub Club.
Well, it's a small group from the Trenton and surrounding area with Farmall Cubs.
Try and say that real fast.
Best,
Cub Club.
Yeah,
Cub
they're
Club.
tractors. They were built in 1948 up into the 1970s, and Brent Wynn made the entry to the parade today. And thank you. We always like to see these antiques, these
I
tractors.
get a kick out of them. Of course, they're not antiques for me. They are basically, you know, when I grew up with them, I used to drive one out on the farm.
Aha.
Yeah, I did grow up on a farm, believe it or not.
Yeah, forward.
Sometimes forward, sometimes backward, sometimes sideways. We want to mention, too, I believe the Silverado Band are they doing a dancer tonight out the...
That was last night.
That was last night? I couldn't remember. You know, I know everybody talks about the Silverado Band. I've had several people ask me about those, and I couldn't remember if it was last night or tonight.
There's lots of activities going on out at the fairgrounds today. The vendors have opened up again, and of course about by 10 o'clock will be the auxiliary competition at Trenton High School involving flag corps and then percussion, and then around 11 or so they'll be getting on with the field show competitions out at CF Rosso Stadium. And if I've seen the forecast correctly this morning, looks like the rain may hold off now until late in the afternoon, which is good news for everybody out at the fairgrounds and around, and the marching festival and the field show.
We'll have to see how that happens. I think the Weather Service is calling until about 4 o'clock for it to possibly begin. So if they can get done a little bit early, that would be good. But I know sometimes this marching band competition takes a long time into the evening hours, up until about 9 or 10 o'clock.
And our next band on the schedule would be out of Milan High School. Looks like they're wearing the green and black.
They are indeed. It's the Milan High School Emerald Regiment.
Under the direction of Michelle Booth. Again, we thank Milan for coming over. Now, they didn't have all that long of a trip this morning.
No, but I tell you what, I know some of these bands were talking about, at least last year, they make the trip in on a Friday night and they stay all night because they come from South Missouri.
And the bands will progressively get larger in size. They go from the smallest up through the largest along the parade route. Let's give them a listen.
Coming around the corner, I believe that is Smithfield.
You are correct. Smithfield Hog Production, Missouri. A truck and an 18-foot trailer.
And they are blowing confetti all over the place. So if you're near the area on 9th Street right now, you're liable to get covered in all kinds of confetti.
What's a parade without confetti?
I was going to say, hey, looky there. We got a bunch of the kids coming down the street dressed up as strips of bacon. There you go.
Thank you, Smithfield. Another band coming into view.
I think that is Slater High School, I believe.
Under the direction of Gail Stevens. Slater High School.
Decked out in black and purple this morning. Gold trim on the caps. You know, some of these bands that are on the smaller classes, they make themselves sound like they are a much larger band than what they really are the way they play.
North Central Missouri College with an entry, or at least its Student Missouri State Teacher Association entry. In other words, the teacher education program of NCMC.
And of course, the parade theme this morning, a salute to education, and of course their float stating that teachers are our heroes.
A lot of work went into that one. They're on the pickup truck with a flatbed car trailer.
course, I don't think they do it so much nowadays, but when I was a kid in school, we would start working on our floats for homecoming even 4 weeks out, and it would take a lot of work because some of those things would be huge.
We have another short break here in our Missouri Day Festival Parade. We'd like to recognize the downtown Trenton planters, the mums. They're really beautiful this year. TDGIA, in cooperation with Barnes Greenhouse, fills the planters each spring and fall. So we want to thank Barnes Greenhouse for contributing to the beautification of the downtown, and especially the seasonal mums. Thank you to Beth Mack and crew.
And coming around the corner this morning in blue, white, and black is the Scotland County R1 Marching Band.
Scotland County of Northeast Missouri under the direction of Nathaniel Orr.
And they are getting judged as they turn that corner up there at 9th and Main. They have a judging stand just up by Citizens Bank. You may not be able to see it in general if you're not paying attention, but those kids are being judged as they turn a corner.
Music judge is there on North Central Missouri College on Main Street, right at almost the beginning of the parade route. The block judge on the Cardinals lot on 9th Street to do some more judging there.
And they take this very seriously here, the judges do.
We want to give a big thank you for coming on over to visit with us from Scotland County as they're doing the cadence with the drums.
I think this year, we've been reporting all week on KTTN Radio that they have about 150 vendors set up out at the Missouri Day Festival. You'll find them in the Rock Barn as well as out in the fairgrounds area.
And they have a lot of unique food items, which is always a treat.
Yeah, something I had last year that I have never had before was French fried cheese curd. Those were good.
Oh, my.
Yeah, they were good.
Salem Baptist Church is coming up next with an entry submitted by Adam Clark, Tractor and Trailer. Salem Baptist Church celebrating 150 years of teaching God's Word. The regular entries here on the Missouri Day Parade are being judged by members of the Trenton Rotary Club. The club was responsible for receiving and organizing today's parade. We want to give them a big thank you for doing their community service and able to put on this parade. And I believe in past years they've set up at the Adams Park Apartments and are judging all the entries as they go by. So we will, on air, not have any award winners for you at this time.
But if you keep tuned later on today, pretty sure they're pretty good about getting us the results here.
Yes.
Later on today, we should have those on air for you on our late editions of news.
If not, we go track down Diane Lowry.
Yeah, there we go.
She is a Rotarian, by the way.
When you're trying to get all this information together, it's a lot of work because there are so many people in charge of so many different things, and you're just going to have to kind of randomly pick who you're going to go see first with all the winners here and all the winners there.
This is Missouri Day Festival Parade coverage on KTTN FM out of Trenton, Missouri. And what is the YouTube location, Randall?
You can basically just go to youtube.com and just search YouTube for KTTN Radio. It should be the very first entry that pops up at the top of your screen. You click on that, and you will see it sitting right there in a big red letters next to it, Live Now. You can click on that and watch the parade in high definition if you have the bandwidth to do it. If your internet connection is good enough, you can watch it in 1080p at 60 frames per second. So we should have some real smooth video this morning.
And it'll be available in the archives in a week or so, as it takes a little more time to get the final processing done.
Yeah, it'll take me a little while to get it all downloaded, edited, put back up there. Now we'll have a raw cut, in other words, just raw unedited video that'll be available later this afternoon as it is processed on the YouTube channel and then put up. So it'll be rough, but it'll be there.
Another band we hear coming down Main Street, and pretty soon we'll be making that turn. The schedule would show Rockport High School under the direction of Abby Palmer, as we're still in Class 1 bands.
And indeed they are. Black, blue, and white are the uniforms of Rockport this morning. I can hear them coming up Main Street.
Again, we're just kind of getting into the Missouri Day Festival Parade. We've had a few bands go by, many more yet to come. Total of 31 marching bands will be participating. there'll be other units that are coming to Trenton for other specific competitions. Maybe they're not getting here so early for the parade, but they'll be in on their scheduled times for the events that are Trenton High School and those that are out at C.F. Russell Stadium.
Went to a lot of work this morning, all these kids did, getting lined up down there to begin the parade. There are, like I said, 71 entries, plus I think you said, what, 31 marching bands today?
That will be correct here. And again, the bands are being interspersed at various intervals of the parade in an effort to provide some separation, which assists the judges then in determining and hearing the sound and that sort of thing.
And there they come around the corner, the Scotland County Blue Jays.
It says Rockport on the banner.
I don't know why I said Scotland County. I think I did that last year.
Scotland County was the one before.
I remember now.
Yeah, your Alzheimer's kicking in.
There it is. I'm getting old and feeble in the mind.
But you remember the tractor you drove when you were young.
Yeah, it's crazy. Some of the craziest stuff.
We want to thank Rockport High School for being with us today for the Missouri Day Festival Parade. Rockport, that's almost up to Nebraska.
I was going to say, it's quite a ways north.
So I don't know what time these kids got up and got on the bus, but we're glad they did.
It's always a good time to see all the different bands coming in and hear what they play and how they play it, because each one is unique. I mean, each band can be playing the same tune. If you put one band in front of the other and they both played the same tune, it'd be a totally different sound.
And we want to thank Rockport for playing for us here on our coverage of the Missouri Day Festival Parade. Coming up next, a good-looking John Deere tractor, entry number 21 with Travis Tatum. He has 3 antique tractors to be in the parade, a 1940 John Deere A, 1938 John Deere A, and a 1935 John Deere B were listed on the schedule.
Coming around the corner right now is the Marceline High School Marching Band, decked out in white, gold, and black.
Thank you, Marceline High School and Marceline Band under the direction of Jocelyn Lay. It is the final band in class size for Class 1, again out of Marceline, Missouri. Thank you for being here today. They're doing the drum cadence as they go by our viewing location. Next up should be the Galt Fire Protection District, coming in right after this band.
Indeed it is. Wind's playing havoc with your information there, isn't it, John?
Well, to a certain extent. But the Rotary Club officials were so good to staple the list of entries, so that stays together.
At least they got you a nice little notebook there,
And
too.
then I have a 3-ring notebook from the Marching Band Festival with information. We want to thank the fire department at Galt, Brian Smiley, and with a pumper truck, brush truck, and rescue truck. All looking bright and shiny, aren't they?
They've spent some time getting those things ready for the parade this week.
So what's not in the notebook or stapled down is being held down by
Soda, phones, drinks, headsets.
Exactly.
Whatever we can find.
But I'll take the win because I'm not freezing out here this
Oh,
morning.
man. I remember a couple years ago we were out here.
Oh, my, yes.
Yeah, it was windy, it was cold, and it was kind of a little bit misty.
We were wrapped in blankets.
Coming around the corner right now, all decked out in red and black, is the Gallatin High School Marching Band.
11 different bands are listed for Class 2. This is the first one. Again, going from the smallest to the largest from Gallatin. It's under the direction of Zandria Obiko. We thank Gallatin for making the Highway 6 trip over to Trenton to be here today.
Yeah, Gallatin is where I grew up as a kid.
And your tractor?
Now that was over here on my father. It was my grandfather's farm over here at Trenton.
Very well.
It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. I kind of grew up in Gallatin, but you know, even though I grew up in Gallatin, Trenton's still kind of hometown for me. So you know, it's hard to choose.
Let's give them a listen to Gallatin as they're getting cheered on by the crowd.
That looks like Gallatin's support trailer there, tailing up on the end there, John. They're having a good time with the kids.
Very much so. Fire Department coming up next. Mercer County Fire Protection District. Entry by Sean DeVoer.
Seems like all the fire departments are kept very busy this summer with grass fires around the area.
Nice looking ladder truck.
Notice on the front, I think they've nicknamed it the Rat.
You would notice that.
I would notice that. I noticed a little, I can't remember, you know, 40 years ago, but I noticed little things.
Okay, thank you. Mercer County Fire Protection District. Another band coming into view.
Looks like Putnam County coming around the corner.
Blue and white under the direction of Aja Whip. Putnam County of Unionville, Missouri. Another band in Class 2 competition. Again, all these marching bands are in competitions, and they'll be rated on various factors, including the musical ability, their maneuvering, and the block effect. The Trenton band was only an exhibition as their host. Putnam County, Unionville, Missouri. Feels like we're about maybe a third of the way through the entries here
I was
today.
going to say, we've still got an awful lot of entries to come this morning.
So stay tuned.
I want to say thank you to PDQ Cleaning this morning. Phyllis Dybel and the crew down there, they are the folks that are allowing us to bring you the parade on video this morning on our live webcast.
Now I'm sure there's a reason that they are moving, you know, slow-stepped here, but not being a instrumental music person.
I think it's just one of those cadence things, John.
Probably. But anyway, Putnam County R1 High School from Unionville here today. Right on cue.
I think coming around the corner as well, our next entry is Eastview Manor.
Entering the business float competition for the parade.
Then following right behind them very closely, we have another band coming around the corner.
South Nottoway is on the list. South Nottoway R4.
All decked out in red, white, and black.
Longhorns.
I see they're throwing candy this year. Some years they have not allowed candy throwing, and other years
They
have.
don't this year, but it's hard to stop it once they start.
I know the kids appreciate it.
But they respectively ask you not to throw candy out as safety for all the participants and the children that are along the parade route.
Yeah, don't let the kids wander out into the street, because sometimes we have these vehicles and they
can't see.
They can't see at all.
South Nottoway R4 High School, Tamra Nally is the band director.
Got a green John Deere coming around the corner. I think the only thing fairly new on that John Deere is the chrome exhaust pipe coming up from the top.
I hear you, and I'm looking for an entry number. I don't see it on this side.
It's not on there. But I believe it's a 1938 John Deere, and I say that because not that I'm all-knowing. He has a tag on the side of the tractor.
Well, good. Okay, Karnak. Now we have Leeton High School coming in. Leeton under the direction of Emily Lewis. Leeton, Missouri, another band in Class 2.
All decked out in their white, gold, and black this morning. Quite the crowd assembled here in the downtown area, and I know it's a huge crowd as we proceed on down 9th Street. Do remember, if you're going out to the marching band competition, or if you're just going to attend Missouri Days out at the fairground or the Rock Barn, what you want to do, recommend you park over in the Trenton Cinema parking lot. The Christian Motorcycle Association is doing shuttle buses for a free will donation. You can park in the Trenton Cinema parking lot. They will shuttle you to and from your destination.
Leeton High School coming into view, and we'll see if they'll play for us. Thank you, Leeton High School. Next up, Rissler Student Council. The kids at the elementary school.
And in keeping with the theme of the parade, a salute to education, they have 4 folks out front with a banner that says, "Education makes all jobs possible."
Student council members and sponsors riding on the float, students dressed in different clothing to represent different jobs.
That's kind of a neat concept.
They've entered the youth entry.
Looks like we have Sadie Roy coming around the corner at 9th and Main.
Miss North Central Missouri Fair Queen, recognized just this past August at the fair in Trenton, and will be competing or eligible to compete next year for Missouri State Fair Queen in Sedalia. And good luck to her in that competition then.
You know, those girls put in an awful lot of work just to be in those competitions.
We have more queens to come according to the list, so we'll keep our audience in suspense.
There we go. Remember last year, Jim Bush had the drone up in the air? We couldn't figure out where we were hearing that sound from, and there was a drone about 200 feet up in the air.
You can remember last year and years ago, but not 5 minutes ago.
It comes with old age. You're older than I am. I shouldn't say that.
I understand. Thank you, Sadie, sitting tall here in the convertible. Another band coming into view. And it's time. We're going to hold off to make sure we get the correct one listed here. And if the banner wasn't blowing so much in the wind, we could read that.
I believe it's Glasgow. Out of Glasgow, Missouri.
Kelsey Whitaker would be the director of the band, Glasgow, Missouri.
Kids taking a moment to make that corner at 9th and Main, making sure the judges get a chance to see everything they're doing and how they turn that corner. Flight Corps putting on a nice show up around the corner in front of the judges.
Glasgow, Missouri with that performance here as they go down Main Street. We're about halfway through all the bands that are participating in the parade today. We want to recognize sponsors of our radio coverage that include GFG Ag Services, Moore's Home Center, Knapp's Exhaust, T&L Auto CarQuest, Lockridge, and Constant. Others, the BTC Bank, Anderson Auto Body, North Central Missouri Mental Health Center, Honey Creek Veterinary Clinic, Klingensmith's Home Center, the Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, the People's Co-op, and Mr. Tire. Others, the Auto Shop, ServLink Home Care, Wright Memorial Hospital Trenton, Hy-Vee of Trenton, and the Trenton Area Chamber of Commerce.
Coming around the corner right now, the Pleasant View R6 School Blue Jays. Big float.
32-foot trailer.
Kids spend some time on that.
So some are on the float, some are walking beside the float, and they have entered the organization category. Pleasant View R6 School.
A proud legacy, a solid foundation, a bold future, the theme of their float.
The Blue Jays of Pleasant View R6. Looks like many of the teachers are accompanying them as well, and/or sponsors. Another band coming in, and that will be...
Oh, thank you very much. Isn't that nice? We got goodies.
Now we got our first Tootsie Pop.
Yeah, we can't eat it though while we're on the air. That's a bummer.
Bramer C4 in red and black under the direction of Donald Heaton. Next up in Class 2 for parade competition.
Sharp-looking band in red and black this morning.
Another Queen coming into view in a convertible.
I like that, the convertible. Here you have a high-powered performance car with the license plate so slow.
Emily K. Singer's Miss Pony Express Outstanding Teen 2017. Our congratulations. Recognition also for Emily Wilford, Pony Express Teen Princess.
Yeah, it's kind of neat on the car. They have Emily K. Singer times Emily Wilford equal Emily squared. Little break here this morning in the Missouri Day Parade at 9th and Main Street here in the downtown Trenton area.
We want to thank PDQ Cleaning and Phyllis for allowing us our broadcast for the parade, not only on KTTN FM, but through the video channels as well.
We will have the video, as we've said before. We'll have a raw archive up on our YouTube channel a little later this afternoon. It'll be uncut, unedited, and we will try and get in the next week or so a more streamlined version that we'll have available for sale. We've already sold. We've actually got a few reservations in for those already.
Very good. Well, either the next entry is going to be a farm tractor or a band.
That's quite a difference.
And no, I'm not an all-seeing type person other than I can see my notes. But I think I hear the band first.
If you're going out to the fairgrounds for the majority of the Missouri Day Festival itself is being held, do take a little extra time, make your plans, because the traffic out there is going to be very, very congested. Be patient, don't be aggravated.
Or take the shuttle from First Baptist Church.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. They'll run you right out there.
And then if you are traveling on Oklahoma, the Christian Motorcycle Group will be happy to assist you with any parking or answer any questions and where you can go.
Coming around the corner at 9th and Main as they are judged are the Polo Panthers.
Polo R7 School under the direction of Andrew Dunker. Panther Pride Marching Band. Just making it to 9th and Main.
I really like their colors. They're all decked out in dark green and black this morning with green headdress. Do we know how many bands we have in Class 2 this morning?
11.
11.
Let's give them a listen. Polo High School. Thank you, Polo. Next up is a old farm tractor.
That is indeed an antique.
Neil Peary, 1927 1020 McCormick Deering. And obviously it's in the oldest tractor category.
Yeah, that's like a 90-year-old tractor rolling down the street there, John.
And doing very well.
He's having a good time. Crowd seems to be picking up here this morning. I'd say it's probably doubled since we got here this morning about 8 o'clock.
And some folks were decked out along the parade route well before 6 o'clock this morning, probably.
Yeah, well, I know a lot of the folks. I came in about 5:45 this morning, and there were already vehicles parked all the way up and down 9th Street to make sure they got the best viewing location.
Okay, another band.
Novinger, Missouri. It's the Adair County R1 Wildcats.
Under the direction of Jamie Hicks. Novinger over there west of Kirksville. So they traveled State Highway 6 over here to be with us today. And thank you, Novinger, for coming on over, decked out in red, white, and black.
Looks like they've got quite the complicated little turn all worked out there in front of the judges.
Well, that's where they show off. Do your best.
Another John Deere tractor coming around the corner at 9th and Main here this morning. Looks like you've got the whole family on the rear end there. Number 32 on the entry, I believe. Derek Sprague.
1952 John Deere A, owned by the Sprague family, restored by Derek Sprague.
I wonder how difficult it is to find parts for these old tractors.
Oh, I bet they know.
They look brand new when they come around the corner, so I know there's an awful lot of work involved.
With another little break in the festival parade, I'm sure we're having another band coming into view, and on the schedule would be Green City, which is just to the west of Novinger. And that would be Green City, Missouri.
Well, that wind is certainly picking up here in the last 15, 20 minutes. Again, thanks to all of our sponsors. There are many of them this morning that bring you the radio broadcast. And right now, I'm not sure I want to mention them because there's an awful lot of them. And we've got some folks, looks like, coming around the corner.
But we appreciate having numerous.
Yes, we have a numerous sponsor list, numerous amounts of sponsors. And without them, we could not bring you the parade on the radio this morning.
So collectively, we'll just say a big thank you to all of them.
And of course, Phyllis and the gang down at PDQ Cleaning for allowing us to bring you the live video webcast this morning on YouTube and on our website.
The next band is actually coming out of into view.
Green City.
Black and white Green City. And let me get the right page here. Green City's under the direction of Glenn Palmer. The Marching Gold, as they're called.
Good sounding band. Seems like we're always getting them when they're doing most of their cadence work right after they come around the corner. Oh, there we go. I believe we have Pruitt Deer Processing coming around the corner.
Yes, sir. That's entry number 28 by Donzetta Pruitt.
Getting to be about that time of year, going to have a lot of deer processing going on. I can always tell when it gets close to deer season because all of the deer out in my part of the country out there, when I'm coming to work about 3:30, quarter to 4 in the morning, I got deer all over the place.
They're running away from you.
Yeah, well, I've had 3 of them run into me.
We're sitting just down the block from the 9th and Main intersection where the bands are doing their maneuvers and being judged by the corner judge for the marching festival. And this is just one facet of all the marching festival competitions today. They have indoor competition at the high school and then the field shows out at the football stadium. Indian Pride is the next band coming into view.
Is that Hallsville?
I believe so. Hallsville High School. That's in Class 3 on our list. Hallsville. Purple and white.
Our first band, I believe, in Class 3, moving up the scale in the size of the band.
Under the direction of James West. Thank you, Hallsville, for coming to Trenton to be part of the parade.
I believe we have Jade DePorto, who is the Milan High School homecoming queen, coming around the corner.
That would be correct, sir. Another good-looking convertible.
A little bit of a break here in the marching band coming around the corner, the parade in general.
Want to recognize the Trenton Downtown Improvement Association and working with Debbie Kinnison, owner-operator of Lucky Dog Embroidery. They had made the banners, and of course she has had an opportunity each year to mend and replenish them, and they are hanging from the street lights along the Main Street parade route downtown anyway. They're red, white, and blue banners, adding a festive look downtown. They were put up this year by Trenton Municipal Utilities and Mark Newton and crew, and they have alternating years between TMU and Suddenlink to do that. There's some other banners. Actually, they are flags, the flags for the U.S. and for Missouri that are alternating along our parade route and out through the fairgrounds and Oklahoma Avenue. They're put up through the courtesy of the volunteer work of Trenton Rotary Club and sponsors who pay to have the banners put up. And again, there's several of those involved with that. And we thank the Rotarians for all that they do for the community and adding to the festive appeal of Missouri Day.
I believe the flags, when you sponsor the Rotarian flags, are what, $50 for
3 years.
3 years. So really, it's very cost effective, and boy, does it look nice as you go down 9th Street.
And looks real good on the 9th Street Bridge, too.
Yeah, that looks really sharp.
Okay, band time. Should be Princeton.
Yes, it is. Blue and white.
Under the direction of Mark Canor. And they have their Tiger.
I was going to say, that Tiger's pretty frantic. He's doing some flips and whirls and twirls this morning.
Good luck, Princeton, in the state playoffs. Hopefully they'll make it after the districts are over.
I was going to say, did not Princeton have an unbeaten season this year?
Unbeaten regular season, won again last night, play again next Friday night on KTTN FM as they continue with district play. Okay, the Tigers under the direction of Mark Canor from Princeton R5 School.
Let's take a listen as the Tiger marching band goes by.
Coming into view, entry number 30 from the Shelburne Baptist Church, truck and trailer.
And right behind them at entry number 31 is the Barnes Baker entry. So it looks like we are just about halfway through with the parade this morning.
Real good looking 4x4.
Yeah, I would take that, especially, I'm sure you'd appreciate that. I'm sure you'd appreciate that when we get all this snow and I'm way out in the country and I call and say, John, I can't get out of my driveway.
Mm-hmm. We have another band coming into view. It should represent Fayette High School.
Indeed it
Fayette.
is.
Okay, Fayette, Missouri. And looks like they are going to be doing some maneuvers at the corner.
All decked out in their black and gold, or it's almost orange.
The Falcon Band of Fayette, Missouri. We're now into Class 3 judging. There's 4 entries for Class 3.
You can definitely tell it's a much larger band.
Oh, they're going to get bigger with some other bands coming down.
Sharp sounding band this morning, very sharp. I believe, and don't take my word for this until we find out for sure, but I believe that is the Gallatin homecoming queen Essie Williamson coming around the corner in a red convertible. And right behind that, we have the hometown pharmacy.
Essie Williamson, the 2017 Gallatin High School homecoming queen. Dave Jennings and hometown pharmacy with their courier vehicle. Two entries on behalf of the pharmacy.
I like that old Charger.
Your RX for health. But you got that memorized.
I got that memorized. I do the weather for Dave and all them down there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
You're listening to KTTN FM in Trenton. It's, I'm sure, well past 9 o'clock by now, but we'll put in that legal ID.
9:30 is the matter of fact.
Oh, we can have a bottom of the hour ID.
And we can have bottom of the hour ID.
Mm-hmm. So,
looks like we have some clouds moving in over from the west as well.
Don't tell me about that.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that, do we?
Let's just appreciate the sunshine that we have for now, helping us to tolerate the wind.
Yeah, I don't mind the wind. The wind I can deal with. It's when it gets rainy or misty. You get a little bit of mist in the air and you get that wind blowing, and then it gets cold when it's down. We've had a couple times when it's been down in the 40s.
There are mums in the downtown Trenton planters. So in TDIA, in cooperation with Barnes Greenhouse, fills the planters each spring and fall. We want to thank Barnes Greenhouse for contributing to the beautification of downtown, especially to the seasonal mums for Missouri Day. Thank you to Beth Mack and crew from Trenton Downtown Improvement.
There are a lot of people. I mean, a ton of people, ton of organizations that all put in some time and effort to get everything ready for Missouri
Make some
Day.
sort of contribution to the cause. And I do know, some do the same things every year. There's always new people joining in as well, and that helps keep things going.
Coming around the corner right now is the Macon High School Marching Band, the Tigers.
A perennial award winner at the Missouri Day Festival under the direction of Jamie Baker, formerly at Trenton High School.
Now that flag corps is dressed rather uniquely. I kind of like it. It's kind of cool.
Red, white, and blue. Yes, the Marching Tigers from Macon, Missouri. assisted by Brian Parks of Macon.
Almost look like their band director leading the band out there is in an Air Force uniform this morning.
Thank you, Macon.
Coming around the corner is the North Central Missouri College Ag Club and Barton Farm campus entry.
Under the direction of Rustin Jumps.
Following closely behind them are the entry from Century 21 Smith and Associates.
Greg Freeman and staff, thank you. Carr and UTV. We're getting ready to start seeing some bigger bands as we move into Class 4 of the competition.
I believe last year they had a band from Kansas City that was in Class 4.
But not unless it's Winnetonka, you think?
Could be.
We'll find out. But they'll be up in just a little bit. The band that's coming into, that I hear, but will be coming into view is from Holden High School, according to our schedule.
And indeed it is.
Under the direction of Andy Weldon. We want to thank all of our bands for coming to Trenton to be in the 21st Annual Marching Band Festival.
And everybody here at Missouri Days does appreciate all of the hard extra work that the band members put in to prepare for the festival here in the marching band competition out at C.F. Russell Stadium.
I think there's something like total 60 different high schools are represented in some facet today.
Those judges are going to be very, very busy out there at C.F. Russell. Hopefully the rain will hold off or not even show up, because that's going to cause havoc out there.
I'm sure the directors have it under control.
I'm sure they do. The Eagle Pride Marching Band from Holden.
Blue and black. Appreciative crowd. Andy Weldon, the director from Holden, Missouri. Here they go.
I think, if I'm right, I may not be, but I believe we have Gene Wyatt coming around the corner.
1955 Farmall 200, bought new and still owned by the Wyatt family.
And right behind Gene, or another entry from Barnes and Baker. Nice little Mustang. Gene driving a Farmall 200.
Another float entry coming into view should be representing the Trenton High School volleyball team. The girls volleyball team had one of their best years ever at Trenton High School. Amanda King is the coach. And they're riding on the pickup and back of the flatbed.
Coming around the corner this morning, another Mustang convertible. That would be Roger and Barb Hawkins, I believe.
Okay, and you're listening to KTTN FM Trenton with the Missouri Day Parade coverage. We thank you for being with us from the beginning.
We hope you're enjoying the live video webcast this morning, brought to you by PDQ Cleaning and Phyllis Dybel and the gang. Available on our YouTube channel at youtube.com. Search for KTTN Radio. Should be the first entry you see after that. You can click on that and watch the live webcast, or you can go to our website, kttn.com. You'll see where the first story on the page is Watch the Parade Live. You can go in there and watch it as well.
Marching Hornets out of Chillicothe High School under the direction of Sarah Cavanaugh and Joe Hull. Thank you, Chillicothe. The red and black.
As they make the turn in front of the judges this morning.
Another band entered in the Class 4 competition.
You can hear the cadence in the background here as they make the turn.
Chillicothe, a frequent participant in the Missouri Day Parade. And my guess is they entered other events as well. Here they come.
Good looking band. Coming around the corner, 9th and Main is an entry from the Liberty Baptist Church. Got a big float up there this morning.
Pickup truck pulling a 40-foot trailer. Liberty Baptist Church, located just to the south side of Eastview Manor.
Looks like they are paying tribute to Mrs. Wilson with the theme of the parade, a salute to education this morning. They got a big chalkboard up there on the back of that float.
Some creativity into that.
I like the graduating student walking the dog along next to the pickup.
Yeah, it works. As we said, the theme is education, saluting education.
There's quite a unique entry coming around the corner.
Just a 1939 Ford 9-end tractor. And then the kids, the garden tractor with 4-barrel cars. Little kids riding them.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. That's kind of neat. A lot of work went into that.
Lowell.
And there he goes, beeping the horn.
Thank you, Lowell.
On his tractor called Little Henry.
Lowell takes it to various festivals around the area, and we thank you for committing to being in Trenton today.
Coming around the corner, let me see here. I think one of my pages is gone, John. In the red convertible there, the old.
Well, I'll save you here. The Elks Lodge has a number of entries with convertibles and, of course, Elroy the elk, a mascot again. The first one has Harry Cately, Exalted Ruler, Trenton Lodge 801, and Elk State President Pete Nash and First Lady Vicky from Benton County. The next one was the Northwest District Vice President Matt Roberts and wife Brandy of Trenton Lodge, along with Jim Ford, Northwest District Director, and wife Amy. Third one is Northwest District Tyler, Amy Kepner, and husband Keith of Chillicothe. And the number 4, Northwest District Drug Awareness Chairman Gene Urick and Elroy.
Elroy the elk.
Elroy the elk, who's a frequent visitor, but this year very appropriate with mascots as a theme.
Got a Farm Bureau insurance entry, it looks like here.
Max Euler riding side saddle there, helping out and promoting the Farm Bureau, longtime member. State Representative Rusty Black represented with the next entry there.
I believe Maysville is coming around the corner here.
And thank you, Rusty. He's getting his legwork in. From Maysville High School, they're under the direction of Brett Morris.
Looking good.
My compliments. And I would agree, they are looking good. Entry number 47.
Looks like they're promoting flu shots, John. Get out and get your flu shot.
Trenton Hy-Vee Food Store.
Says you can get 20 cents off on your fuel saver per gallon if you get a flu shot at Hy-Vee.
Driving a golf cart there. Hy-Vee director Tim Michael. Along with, I think the operator looked like Troy Crawford.
Got an old Farmall tractor here, a Farmall 460. Entry number 48.
Quentin Brown, 1959 Farmall 460. Looks like that could go to the field any day now.
I was going to say.
And maybe does.
Probably. I would imagine most of these tractors that have been refurbished probably do.
Where did our sunshine go, Randall?
I don't know. It just suddenly disappeared. We've now got mostly cloudy skies over downtown Trenton.
Continuing with more parade entries. Looks like a truck with a maybe 16-foot trailer. Big Chief tablet is being promoted as they keep with the theme of education.
Diggin' Dan. The trailer provided by Diggin' Dan. Sunnyview.
Sunnyview makes the entry, kind of a small classroom setting there.
I bet you remember the Big Chief tablets when you were in school as a kid.
And the number 2 lead pencil.
Yeah. Got the 10th Street Baptist Church entry around the corner here. They have the Awana Club and Celebrate Recovery. Yes, we have definitely lost the sunshine this morning. Starting about 8:30, we had all kinds of sunshine. It's slowly been moving in with cloud cover, and now we have just pretty much lost any sun we had.
Coming up next into would be a band, since there would appear to be a break in our, we move into Class 5.
Okay, now it looks like we have a pickup coming around the corner here.
They got in front of the band.
They did. Citizens Bank and Trust.
Our neighbors to our viewing location.
And we want to say thanks to Citizens Bank and Trust for providing us the power this morning to be out here. They let us plug into the power outlets on their building.
Yeah, they're always good to work with, and while we're kind of on the alley here in between the parking lot and the bank's drive-through.
They let us close everything down through the alley here, which is kind of nice. Between the City of Trenton letting us close the alley, providing the power at Citizens Bank, and everybody else, we just have we have a lot to do here when we get a webcast like this going and a broadcast like this on the radio, and we want to say thanks to all the people that do help us out, because there's a lot of people involved.
And you have a videographer up there standing tall.
Yes, Sarah Keir. She's up there this morning, standing in for doing video.
So, as I said, we should be having another parade. Employees of Citizens Bank in the pickup there.
Looks like we have the Savannah Marching Band from Savannah High School.
They'd be under the directions of Eric Wheeler and Jennifer Prather.
The Savannah Savages.
Class 5, first of our bands for Class 5 as they get bigger in size. They pause here at 9th and Main to do their maneuvers.
Now, do you know how many judging stations we have as they proceed from 9th and Main here all the way down 9th Street?
Well, there's a total of 3.
Total of 3?
This is number 2 judging station at 9th and Main. The first one is in the Main Street by the college for music effect, and the other one in the used car lot, car deals on 9th Street for block effect. Savannah Marching Savages, basic color black.
They have a lot of criteria that they go over too as far as the judging on the bands. It's not just oh, that one looks pretty good. They have a lot of very specific criteria that they look at as these bands proceed down 9th Street.
My schedule would show 2 more bands after this one.
Definitely a large band in Class 5.
Impressive looking flag corps too.
Indeed. And we have another little bit of break in the band here. Break from the bands, break from the parade here in the downtown
Trenton Marching Festival folks would like to recognize some others that have provided assistance, especially today, including the City of Trenton, Chamber of Commerce, Highway Department, Police Department. Of course, they've blocked off the streets here for any traffic. The National Guard, the Grundy County Commissioner supervising the bus parking, and Grundy County Ambulance Service for being on standby.
Looks like we have an entry from Cricket Wireless this morning.
Gateway Wireless, an authorized retailer of Cricket Wireless. It's a Ford 250 with banners on the side. They have their mascot and employees.
Coming up on us here is entry number 56. It's an 830 John Deere diesel.
Thomas Tatum is the entry here with, as he said, a John Deere 1960 830. Next up, education entry, past, present, and future of education.
Moving right along there.
Did you see a number there?
I did not. I think the wind has blown. It looks like Farmers Bank maybe. But I know number 59 is from Barnes Baker, I believe.
Yeah, that is correct.
Oh, look, hey, more candy. Thank you.
Courtesy of Farmers Bank as they are handing them out.
Yeah, bubble gum. I hear another band coming up Main Street.
Also, the Marching Festival folks would like to recognize the assistance provided by North Central Missouri College for use of facilities, Trenton R9 School District, Trenton Quarterback Club in preparing the competition field, Lawhoff Jewelry for doing the work on the trophies, Trenton Coca-Cola Bottling Company for supplying water for the bands, Stanberry Band Uniform Company out of Brookfield for sponsorship of the field trophies, the computer technician for the Marching Band Festival, Dave Burgess. And he'll be organizing information and the scores that will get generated later today and hopefully up on the website, TrentonMarchingFestival.com.
Here we go with another band coming up around the corner at 9th and May.
Kirksville would be on the schedule.
Orange and black, so I believe you are correct.
Brad Hudson is the director at Kirksville High School. The Marching Tigers, I would imagine.
Yes,
Tigers is their nickname.
Yes, it is, the Marching Tigers. Class 5 band.
Again, just making the corner at 9th and Main.
So you going out to the festival later today, John?
Of course, of course.
I got to get my fix of the kettle corn. Got to have my fix on the kettle corn.
Oh, I thought you'd be adventuresome and try something unique again like last year.
Oh, I will. I'm a fat man. I like everything when it comes to food.
Let's give them a listen from Kirksville High School. Thank you, Kirksville.
Looks like we have a tractor coming up around the corner. Dwayne DeMoss.
1958 John Deere, 730.
Then following Dwayne there is an entry from Preferred Family Healthcare.
Truck and a 14-foot trailer. Preferred Family Healthcare on Oklahoma Avenue of Trenton, again saluting education.
I don't even think we have to look at our notes for the next entry coming around the corner. We have Jim and Maggie Bush from the Trenton Cinema on their Calliope.
Or music machine float.
Your music machine float. I think Maggie's actually playing music.
Jim's doing the driving. Didn't they get that especially for parades?
They did, just for parades. That's the only time they use it.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, Maggie is actually playing the Calliope.
Car shop out of Chillicothe coming into view next. A Cub Cadet side-by-side UTV, and
you can see them on the web at thecarshop.com.
let's see, we're up to number,
I believe it's 64, the Trenton High
64, FFA chapter. As in keeping with the theme of education, they're in the youth entry category. Brooke Kretz and Cable Oak are the instructors, sponsors of FFA. I'm sure Trenton will have several going this next week to the FFA convention in Indianapolis.
I bet they will. Got a car driven by Adam McClure coming around the corner.
It goes back a few years.
Yes, it does indeed. Love those white wall tires.
It's a 1931 Packard, but you knew that.
No, I'm not that old. Come on. But I do like the white walls on the tires, man. That makes the car really.
That is cool. And the rumble seat.
Oh, the rumble seat, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the Trenton Police Department would approve of rumble seats these days.
Only in parades.
A rumble seat, for those of you who do not know, is an extra seat on a car back in the old days where it would fold down, where you're familiar with the trunk being. You just reach over, pull the back up, and you have a seat that folds out.
We're waiting on one more band to come into view. The Trenton Marching Festival co-directors would like us also to recognize the local members of the Board of Directors. Trenton Marching Festival President of the Board, Nicole Neal. Officers, Dennis and Sandy Browning, Loretta Ray, Katie Kinney, and Barb Spencer. They're all helping and organize the events today. And also recognizing approximately 85 volunteers that are assisting with the band festival in one form or another. Some hold up signs, some kind of lead the bands to make sure they get to the next destination, keeping them on time, because everything is structured on a time event. So it's very important that the bands be there at the times that they're supposed to be.
And you know, there's a lot of people working behind the scenes that you never see, like people that are greeting the buses that are bringing all these bands in.
That's true.
You know, so we want to say thank you to all the people working behind the scenes. You may not be seen, but you are appreciated.
We're rapidly coming to the close of our list of entries. We have one more band that we're waiting on, and then a few more entries, which according to our list, will involve horses and wagons and things like that.
I think they always put the horses at the back of the parade for a reason.
You think?
Yeah. I think we're going to be, I'm anticipating Oak Grove. Is that the band that we're
Because
waiting?
we're having the gap, I would guess it's, and they're the last only band listed in Class 6. So I'm thinking that is who we are waiting on today.
Again, many, many thanks to our sponsors this morning, and especially Phyllis Dybel and the gang at PDQ, who are allowing us to bring you the live webcast. Also to GFG Ag Services, Moore's Home Center, Knapp's Exhaust, T&L Auto Car Quest, Lockridge, Constant and Conrad, Bank, VTC Bank. Also many more here, Anderson Auto Body, North Central Missouri Mental Health, Honey Creek Veterinary Clinic, Klingensmith Home Center, Farmers Bank of Northern Missouri, People's Co-op and Mr. Tire, The Auto Shop, ServLink Home Care, Wright Memorial Hospital, Hy-Vee Food Store, Trenton Area Chamber of Commerce, and many, many more, including Barnes Baker, Main Stop, Rotary Club, and the North 65 Center. All of these folks get together to help bring you on the radio the live broadcast of the Missouri Day Parade.
Once the parade concludes, we're going to get out of here pretty quickly as we are obligated to be picking up the coverage of the Mizzou Tigers. They'll be playing football today at homecoming in Columbia, and the pregame show got underway at 9 o'clock, but the Missouri Day Festival Parade takes priority. And so hopefully in just a few minutes we'll be going via satellite to Columbia. But we've not wrapped up yet. We're still waiting. We think we hear a band off in the distance.
And we want you to know that you are listening to KTTN FM 92.3 Trenton, Missouri. John Anthony, Randall, Mann live this morning, bringing you the parade on the radio.
It's been another outstanding Missouri Day parade.
It has. You know, and regardless of the weather, how bad the weather can get, the parade is always wonderful.
And bands make the parade, such as this one, the biggest one in the parade from Oak Grove High School. And collectively, they're getting all those instruments, make wonderful music.
They do indeed. Got quite the flag corps.
The sound of Panther Pride. Oak Grove under the direction of Cody Morse, Effie Oldham, and Nathan Long. So let's show appreciation to Oak Grove and all of the bands today.
Some of these folks driving a very long distance to be here for the parade and the competition today.
Such as Oak Grove.
Indeed. And, you know, you're able to hear the band, but the band hasn't even come around the corner yet. They're that large. Now making the turn at 9th and Main is the Oak Grove Band, decked out in black, orange, and white. Got the flag corps in front of us here at Citizens Bank.
Thank you, Oak Grove. I was looking in my notes for an actual number, but I'd say it's well over 100.
Has to be.
Gotta be.
Has to, yeah, it's huge. Followed up by Mike Flowers on his John Deere tractor right behind the Oak Grove Band.
1952 John Deere AR. And the family and friends of developmentally disabled in support of our folks with special needs. And that's the van that transports some of the people from Trenton to Hope Haven and Chillicothe and back.
And then coming around the corner right now is the North Missouri Saddle Club entry with their truck, trailer, and horses. They have a couple of really cool wagons here in this entry.
We have North Missouri Saddle Club truck, trailer, float to go along with some horses, and this is part of the equestrian entry.
Robert Whittam with his horse-drawn wagon. Following up behind the Saddle Club here.
They too have a mascot on that entry.
North Missouri Livestock Auction from Milan.
Paul, Indiana Idol. We thank them for being over here today. They're looking good, aren't they?
They indeed are.
And again, this is Milan, Missouri, North Missouri. Cole and Mia.
Look at the detail on that wagon. They've all got the hand painting and the striping and the little decorations. Pretty cool.
Well, this is the, and Blake was riding there. Paul, Deanna, Kelsey, and Blake in a red hitch wagon pulled by a pair of Halfingers. Again, North Missouri Livestock Auction. And they're a frequent participant here in the festival parade.
And then we just had Lynn and Carol Westcott go by here on a couple of horses. And I believe that is the end of the parade, John.
Well, thank you, Randall Mann, for being here today to assist with our announcement, and especially coming in extra early to get the video camera operation and all set up, and our streaming audio and our tie line equipment and everything else that goes into a live broadcast.
Well, we're happy to do it. And again, the archive, this will be a raw, unedited, uncut version of the parade. It will be up on our YouTube channel probably in a couple of hours. It takes about that long to get it all processed and put in place. And you can still go to the website and check it all out as well, or you can go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/KTTNFM. If you haven't liked our Facebook page, you will want to do that because we are the premier source for news here in North Missouri, and we post a link to every story on our website on our Facebook page as well.
So be safe. Have enjoyed the Missouri Day Festival this weekend. We want to thank you for listening to us. Our parade and video coverage was the corporate sponsorship. We want to thank PDQ Cleaning Services.
And also thanks to Sarah Keir up there on the video camera this morning, running the video for us.
I'm John Anthony.
And I'm Randall Mann, and I will be back next Monday morning about 6 o'clock on air.
I'll come on about 6:30.
Yeah, you'll have news. You folks,
You're listening to KTTN FM in Trenton. We're getting ready to join the MU football game. The pregame show in progress.
back to the studio, Mark.